Amp Media Production presents Gypsy Soul, your one-stop shop for letting out your inner gypsy. Join Denise Marsh as she brings on a variety of guests to share their artistic vision with the world.
Hello, welcome to another exciting episode of Gypsy Soul. I'm your host, Denise Marsh, and I'm always so happy to spend alternate Thursdays with you guys. So, for my Jewish people out there, it is the Jewish New Year, so L'Shana Tova. And to all of my non-Jewish friends, it's still a sweet New Year for you too. And I wish that for all my followers, no matter their faith, that life gets sweeter for all of us. But life for me has been a little bit challenging lately. My air conditioner has been broken for, today makes 6 days, and right before the show went on, I just got some bad news about it, so I'm going to smile through this whole thing. But it hasn't been fun at all. It really makes you appreciate the inventor of air conditioning and any kind of air conditioning anywhere. But the good news is that this hot spell, literally, is going to end, hopefully soon. And my Gypsy Soul will get some kind of gratification for it, because sometimes the end is really the beginning. So new beginnings are coming, new outlooks, beautification. It's time to really take care of ourselves. So I wrote a new poem, and it's called Sometimes the End, which goes perfectly with the air conditioning situation. Speaks to us in new beginnings. So I'd like to share it with you, and it's on my phone. So hang on one second. Okay, it's called Sometimes the End. Sometimes the end is really the beginning. The tears cleanse the sadness and hold the memories close. Sometimes the end has arrived purposefully in the time and space you actually needed. Sometimes the end comes with a unique key. Sorry, I lost where the poem is. That was being shaped and shifted to fit a new, untouched door. Here we go. Sometimes the end is just a continuation, a new level designed for you, and every goodbye is a whisper of a promise that was faded. Sometimes the end is ironically the only way for all of us to transport ourselves to our brand new beginning. So I like that one. I just wrote that the other day, and it kind of goes along with everything. But let's get to today's guest. Today's guest is literally a beautiful lady in red. And don't worry, because I'm not singing the song to you. You don't want to hear that. Her name is Angela Ciliberti, and she believes in making ourselves look and feel beautiful. She's a medical luxury esthetician and the founder of Red Lips Aesthetics. She also has some other special things that she's going to share with us. So she'll be sharing her expertise with us after a short commercial break. You have a great show today, guys. See you in a little while.
Hey there, have you heard of the new show Gypsy Soul? It's hosted by the one and only Denise Marsh. Listen in as she helps you release your inner gypsy with the best in South Florida, with plenty of special guests with their own talents to inspire your inner gypsy. Tune in every other Thursday on your preferred streaming platform.
Poetry doesn't have to be complicated and difficult to understand. It is an experience to be felt, shared, and remembered. Denise Irene Marsh's compilation of poems, In a Connecting Flight, Poems About the Detours of Life, is written in free verse to be enjoyed by anyone who has had their lives changed by particular circumstances or people in a journey they didn't see coming. If you want to experience connection, this book is your passport. It's time to get the book and begin your journey. Are you ready? Available on Amazon.
And we're back with Gypsy Soul, and I'm your host, Denise Marsh, and I have the very beautiful Angela with us today. Hi, Angela.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm happy that you're here. We're going to have a great show, and that's all I have to say about that. So, Angela, you just expanded your business. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I did. Actually, last week I expanded So I actually expanded my services and my location. So I'm still in the same salon suite, but I'm just in a bigger space now, so I can accommodate you better. And we just added head spa services. So that's
Where
one.
are you exactly?
So I am at 1241 North State Road in Royal Palm, in the salon suites. So it's Suite 111.
I love it.
I love
it.
that. Yep.
Numerology.
Yes.
You got
Yes.
me.
Yep.
And you're so personable. You're so like perfect for the situation that you're in. And the
Thank
field that you're in.
you.
Have you always wanted to go into this field?
Well, so yes and no, actually. So I'm actually an award-winning bartender and certified mixologist. So
everything.
I have a bachelor's degree in that, and so I kind of always went back and forth between the beauty and the bar, so to speak. So it's like, the Beauty and the Beast.
It's a good name, yeah.
The Beauty and the Bar. So I've always kind of went back and forth. So I actually started in that industry before I started in this industry. But I still do both to this day, and I absolutely love them.
Do you make drinks for your clients? I'm just kidding.
Um,
There's a salon that they do that. I think it's called Tipsy.
So I don't make drinks for my clients, but sometimes I do offer like a glass of complimentary champagne with certain services, certain facials and stuff like that. But that's not a bad idea, Denise.
Well, now that I know more expertise that you're offering, I'll have to check it out.
There you go.
I love that. I love the story's getting better and better. So, what motivated you to go into this field?
I think for me, it actually started with me. I love makeup. I always have. I always, had dramatic looks, whether it was a red lip or a dramatic wing.
The red hair?
And no, I didn't always have the red hair, believe it or not.
Love the red hair.
I've pretty much been every color,
Gorgeous.
but not always red. But I always had, the makeup and everything to go with it. And I think for me, I know it always made me feel better. And so when you feel better or you look better, then you present better and you feel better. And so I wanted to do that for other people. I wanted to make other women and men, feel more comfortable in their skin and really love what they see.
And one of the things that first attracted me to you, to even make you on the show, was the red hair. Because I was a redhead a long time ago. Not that bright, but
Yeah.
I just love it because I always know where you are by the hair. That's
Yes,
like your
and
trademark. The
and a lot of
gorgeous
people
hair.
a lot of people say that. They're like, "Oh, I know exactly where you are because I can see your hair."
I wore the red dress for her hair to match her. So there are many spa places and providers for waxing and facial services, but what sets Red Lips Aesthetics apart from all of these other places? What do you do that's special?
So I think two things. One, I think, is I educate my clients. So when you come in to get a facial or any service, really, I really make sure that by the time that you leave, you know exactly what you got, exactly the service. I walk through the steps with you. I tell you what products I'm using, why I'm using them, what they do. So it's not just a service. It's not just a facial. It's not just a waxing. You leave and you leave educated and you know what was done. And you don't leave like, oh, wow, I just spent all this money and I don't even know what she did to me. You will never leave my spa like that, ever. And two, I think the training. So I actually was not trained here in Florida. I was trained in New Jersey.
New Yorkers here.
So my training is different. The training in New Jersey is longer to become an esthetician. It's double the amount of time that it is in Florida. And then I have additional certifications on top of that. So I have the head spa certification I just got. I'm certified in oncology skincare. I am also a nationally certified medical assistant, so I have a little bit of a medical background as well, along with the aesthetics background. So I feel like that kind of makes me stand apart, and also that, every treatment is customized and tailored to your needs. So I may have a facial that may be, a brightening facial, but once you're in that room, then I pick certain products within that facial to customize and work with what you want. So it really is more of a very tailored customization once you're, behind the doors.
Now, I heard the word oncology in there, so I'm
Yes.
just going to break into that for a minute because I am a cancer survivor.
Yes.
It'll be 10 years this May.
Congratulations.
And thank you. I really want to hear what you do for these women with cancer.
So a lot of women and men, because as you know, breast cancer is not just for women, and a lot of people think that obviously the majority of women get it, but men can and they can get it, and they do.
Yes.
So basically, the reason why I got that certification is cancer runs very big on my side of the family, so that's something that I've always, had a heart and been drawn to. So I wanted to get certified in that, because a lot of people think that when you're going through chemo or you're going through cancer or you're recovering, that you can't have services, and that's absolutely not true. It's the way that the technician touches you and approaches you and the products that they use.
So you must be very gentle then.
So there's certain ways that you may or not be able to rub somebody in certain directions, and so on. So,
and your skin changes too.
Yes,
when you have cancer.
Yes, your skin changes. So there's a lot of stuff that you kind of need to know in order to do that. And I wanted to do it, and I kept seeing this course online, and I was like, this is a sign, like I have to do this. So I got another certification, and that's just one more onto the list.
I think it's
and there's many
wonderful.
more. There's many more to come. There's a lot more certifications that I still want to get.
Because when you have the illness, whether you have to go for chemo or not, I didn't have to do the chemo. I do radiation, but your skin does change.
Yes,
and I
very
can
much
see how
so.
some people would be so grateful and so appreciative to have that, because, like you said before, it's sometimes on the outside. It helps you feel better on the inside, but when your skin is damaged and your hair, and it's hard to like smile and be happy. So you're like renewing these people's spirit.
Yes,
I love that. That's beautiful.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because I actually I did an event, I think it was about 3 years ago. Someone had reached out to me, and they had like this organization or foundation, and all of the women in it had cancer. And they reached out to me and asked me if I would do a makeup class for them. And they were all cancer survivors. And I'll never forget the one young lady. I went around the room, and I told everybody, introduce yourself, tell me who you are, what kind of cancer you have, so I can get to know a little bit about you. And after we did that, I chose one person from the audience to come up and me do their makeup. So I did one side, they did the other side. And I think what for me made me want to even go further into getting this particular certification was the woman was hysterical crying at the end, and in a good way. She hadn't had eyebrows in like 10 plus years. And with a little bit of makeup, we fixed her up.
Making me very emotional
We
right
fixed,
now.
we fixed her up, and at the end, she was like, "Oh my God, can I give you a hug?" She's like, "This is amazing." And then she texted me a few days later, and she's like, "I just want you to know, I've been doing my brows every day. I feel so great." And so for me, I think when I hear things like that, or people cry in the room, it for me just confirms like, this is what I need to be doing. This is what I should be doing, and it just makes me feel really good that I can put a smile on somebody's face with a few products or a little bit of makeup, or whatever service they're getting, that I can change their lives really
You
so
restore
much.
their self-confidence.
Yes.
That's a huge deal.
Yes.
I mean, you help them believe in their inner gypsy. That's what we talk about all the time, embracing
Yeah.
your inner gypsy on the show. And you've got a gypsy soul for sure.
Yeah.
I could see it. I could hear it all the way. What are some of the hottest services that you do right now that you offer people?
So one is the head spa service that we just added. There's not a lot of places in Palm Beach that do it. There's very few actually. So I actually have a few services where I do one with like, it's just a head spa. Then I have another one where it's a head spa and like a facial. And then we do another one where it's like the works. You get the head spa, the facial, a neck and shoulder massage, hot stone, a foot massage, a glass of champagne.
Wow.
So when I say the works, it's the works.
I want all that.
Yeah, so that's definitely an up and coming one since I added it on the menu. And then dermaplaning facials for sure is definitely a hot service. So I actually turned it into a facial, so it's not just a dermaplaning treatment, it's actually a dermaplaning facial, so you get a lot more benefits because you're actually getting a facial and the dermaplaning all in one.
I remember having the dermaplaning, I don't want to say it wasn't from you, but it was from someone a long time ago. And I remember we took pictures, and I didn't have makeup on after I got it done, and I looked better. after without the makeup
Yes.
from the service. Like my skin was dewy and it
Yes.
was glowing, and
So
I
the-
love that picture. I still have that
the
picture.
one thing that I love about the dermaplaning is dermaplaning is another form of exfoliation.
Yes.
So the reason I like to combine that with an actual facial is because you're getting a double exfoliation. Sometimes, if the person really needs it, I might do an extra one, so sometimes they might get a triple, but I'm very careful with how I do that and the products that I use. But it's a great, great service, and there's no downtime. So you can come in, get it done, and it's not like if you get like a peel or microneedling, there might be a little bit of down. There's no downtime at all with this. And your skin immediately looks rejuvenated and glowy, and your makeup sits better. Your products penetrate better. There's just a lot of great benefits to it. So that's probably another one. And then probably the oxygen facial. That's up and coming in my suite as well. So we got
What
a
does that
couple.
entail?
So the oxygen facial is great for like people that have acne. It'll help with that because the oxygen actually will like kill the bacteria. But it's also good for like anti-aging. So what it does is it helps the blood pump quicker, and so it kind of constricts the blood vessels. So your body has to pump harder. So your face gets more oxygenated. It gets more color.
Takes away like bags under the eyes and stuff like that.
It doesn't take bags, but it will decrease a lot of the
Wrinkles.
the wrinkles and the activity in your face, and your face kind of gets like tight during the treatment, so
Yeah.
it feels really good.
I'm going to have to definitely check out some of these services. It sounds great. And also, and I know this sounds weird, but it is something to think about. You have small hands.
I do.
Small, dainty hands. So, you know, not to make this joke on the air, but like I remember when I had to go to the women's doctor, and one of my friends is like, well, it's a good doctor because she has small hands, you know? So I was thinking about that, you know, when someone works on your face, how someone could have these big, you know, heavy hands,
Yeah.
but you have small hands. So you must be more gentle like when you do the facial
You know, it's
services.
funny though. I do have small hands, but I can pack a punch behind my hands. So when I do my massages in my facials, you get a hand and arm massage and everything, and I don't want to give too
No
many.
punching.
I always ask, you know, do you need me to adjust my pressure? Because
Yeah.
I actually am, even though I'm smaller, I'm actually a little bit more heavier handed.
Oh, see.
When it comes to the massage part.
Okay, not the
and then
facial.
other parts, people like, you know, I've had plenty of people fall asleep in my place. I had one person actually fall asleep when I was waxing her eyebrows.
Oh,
And-
wow.
Yeah,
I
and
never
she
fell
said to
asleep
me,
during that.
she's like, did you wax my eyebrows? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, I fell asleep. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, was I snoring? I'm like, yeah, but it's okay.
So then it didn't hurt.
See, I've never had a person fall asleep when I waxed their eyebrows,
That's
but
amazing.
she fell asleep and she's like, oh, don't forget to do my eyebrows. And I'm like, I already did them.
And that is a confirmation for
Yeah.
how well you do
Yeah.
something. So do you do specialized services for brides, sweet 16s, parties?
Yeah, I do packages. Like I said, I do makeup as well. So we have like group events that you can do, like if you want to get together with your girlfriends and do like a makeup party or a skin party. I also do like one-on-one parties as well, where I actually had a client actually yesterday reach out to me for this service. So basically it's like a one-on-one, and we go to the store, we buy products.
So you
we
travel to
Yep,
them?
I
Okay.
travel to them. We go to the store, we buy products, we come back either to, you know, your facility or mine. I show you how to, not only what they all are, but then I show you how to put them on and how to use them.
tutorial. You do
Yeah,
like a
so
whole-
it's really, so that one is a more one-on-one where it's just you and I, and
Right.
we really focus on like what you want to learn, what you want to, you know, what kind of looks you want to look on.
Do you record it for them?
I normally don't, but I don't see a reason why I couldn't.
Yeah. If they wanted to watch it again.
So
like,
they
see
can
how to
have
do
it. Yeah, so they can have it for sure. But I am working on some courses in the future to do stuff like that, where they can actually take the course and they'll actually get a book, and they'll actually get all that, where they can learn all of that.
So how do people contact you? Because you have so many wonderful services.
So I have my website on. So I have to read it because
Yeah, go ahead.
it's not
We
by
use notes on this show.
it's not by heart.
Yeah, no worries at all.
So it actually connects right up to my square. So it's redlipsaesthetics.square. I'm sorry, dot square. Oh my God, I can't even read.
Okay.
I need my readers. redlipsaesthetics.square.site.
Okay, that's pretty easy.
Or you can always just reach out on my cell. It's 267-228-3680.
And you're on social media as well?
We're on social media, so it's just Red Lips Aesthetics on Facebook and red_lips_aesthetics on
Don't forget the underscore.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any famous clientele? Are you not allowed to talk about that?
So I've worked on people, everyday people and people in the public eye, but I think one of the most fun, I don't even know if it's proper English, most fun.
It's fine.
But one of the most fun times that we had is when I worked at Elizabeth Arden.
Yeah, the one in New York?
So I worked at the one in New Jersey.
In New Jersey, okay.
So I used to work for Elizabeth Arden, and we had to work on all of the beauty contestants for the Miss America pageant. So I actually still have the video. I think it was from Miss South Carolina. I still have the video. She made a video because at that time my kids were really young. And she's like, "Hi, this is Miss South Carolina," and she made like this whole video for my daughter. I'm sorry I had to take your mom away tonight, but she's pampering us, and so that was a lot of fun.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I'm always looking for famous clients to walk through my door. So yeah.
What haven't you done that you want to do in the future with your business?
Oh my God, there's so much.
Tell me one thing.
There's so much I want to do.
Which is great.
There's more services that I want to put on the menu. There's more certifications that I want to get, and possibly go back to school for PA.
She's young. She could do it.
So I'm not that young. I will be 50 next month.
All right. Hey, I'm 55.
So, yeah.
this
So,
year.
but that's the thing. You know what? You're never too old to go back to school
Or reinvent yourself.
And I always am going back to school, and I'm always learning. And my parents are always teasing me because they're like, "You're like the forever student. You're always in school. You're always doing this." But you know what? I feel like that is what makes me stand apart, because I do have so many different certifications that it's not just in one area, and you have to constantly keep learning. So I feel like learning is power. Knowledge is power.
I agree.
And if you're not constantly learning and growing in your field, then you become stagnant and you become just like everybody else.
And you're having all these new beginnings, like I talked about in my poem. So it's like you have one door closing and then another door is opening constantly. And sometimes we need that. We need that excitement. We need that newness. And it shows, like you radiate it. It's beautiful, like you can see in your face. But I wanted to thank you so much for coming on the show. I learned a lot of things that I didn't know about your services. Very empowering for women, men, everyone, especially the whole, cancer patient thing. That's going to be a big deal in October.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you'll definitely have to, you'll have to follow her so you can see all the great things that she's doing.
And if there's anybody out there, like I was telling you a little bit before the show, I do a lot during October for breast cancer awareness. So if there's anybody out there that's doing any kind of giveaways or raffles that they need a business, please contact me. I would be more than happy to donate a service for the month of October for breast cancer and just cancer awareness.
Well, thank you, Angela, for giving us a beautiful personal touch. And I hope to see you again soon, because you're offering so much to your clients. You're not just offering beauty services, you're offering beauty inside and self-confidence. So I wanted to say thank you so much.
I think you're absolutely welcome. I feel like that is so important to make people confident in the way that they look and confident in the way that they feel. And if I can just do that even a little bit and help them feel better about themselves, then I feel like that's the step in the right direction, because there's so many people that walk through my door that are not confident in the way they look. They're not confident because they may have scars from cancer. They may, have hyperpigmentation. They may have other things going on that they're self-conscious about. And I want everybody not only to feel beautiful on the inside, but beautiful on the outside. And I want them, I think for me the most important thing is I want people to be comfortable in their skin, no matter what. Literally. I want them to be comfortable in their skin. And, you know, you don't have to wear makeup. You don't have to do that. There's so many things, like, you're just beautiful the way you are. And I try to motivate women and speak with women. So sometimes I'll go and I'll speak at like conferences and stuff like that as like a motivational speaker to empower other women, because I really believe that other women need to empower other women, and they need to support each other.
We do.
And, you know, it's not about competition. It's about supporting each other and growing, you know, together as a community. I
wish I had an hour, because I could probably listen to you all day. I mean, you have all these amazing services. I know you've been on a few podcasts already, but I wanted to say thank you again. I'm going to say thank you to my audience.
All right.
So I hope you loved seeing Angela and hearing about her services. And I wanted to thank everyone for tuning into the show. I'm very grateful for all of your support for my podcast, as always. Let's remember that bad times are temporary, even air conditioning. And let's look for ways to pamper our Gypsy souls. And like Angela said, it's not just about beauty on the outside, it's beauty on the inside too. See you guys again on October 9th for another special episode of Gypsy Soul. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in to Gypsy Soul. Make sure to stop by next time for another enlightening show. A show that was produced by Ant Media Productions and hosted by Denise Marsh.